All right, Norlander, bubble talk. I'll let you lead it. Take it where you want to go.
Okay, let's go bubble. Let's go bubble winners first. I think three teams locked up their position in the tournament by virtue of winning, and they were all heading that way anyway. But I think Georgia, Utah State, and West Virginia all winning over the weekend. They're good to go. They're going to get in the field. If they lose and whatever, we'll see where they're seated. But they're good to go. Don't need to spend much time on them. And good on Georgia for turning its season around. Other winners, I am just shy on Arkansas. Now, Arkansas won 93-92 over Mississippi State. Really dramatic ending. Billy Richmond blocked a shot. Mississippi State had one more opportunity. It didn't fall. They win. Arkansas is now 19-2. They finished the regular season winning 7 of their final 11 games. DJ Wagner and Jonas Adu were both tremendous. It was actually like if you're a Hogs fan, that was a really inspiring win on the way you're doing it. You did that, and how you've done this with no Adu Thero. Arkansas is 8-12 in Q1 and Q2. That's 4 under 500. So the idea if Arkansas lost one more game and was 8-13, I can't get there just yet. They don't have a resume metric better than 39. I think they're pretty close. I think they're going to get in, but I don't know if I can go lock. I wouldn't bet my absolute life on it. So we got more to get to, but Arkansas has been obviously a very intriguing team all season, and that was an awesome game on Saturday. Any thoughts on Razorbacks, either the game or big picture?
Well, John had an interesting quote after the game, like, everybody put us in a coffin. I'm paraphrasing here, but they forgot the nails, which I don't mind. Like, everybody had something to say when they were struggling, when they were 0-5. I will never get mad at or even bothered by somebody if it flips around saying something back. Like, John deserves to. I understand why he's saying stuff back. I would be too, and he's done it. Let's not ever get it all twisted up. This is a disappointing season relative to preseason expectations, relative to what they spent on that roster. This team has not been as good as it was supposed to be. And you ready for this? Still isn't as good as it was supposed to be. But they started 0-5 in the SEC. Everybody was laughing. People were actually questioning, is it over for John Calipari? Like, has he just hit that place where, man, you can't do it anymore? Like, these were real conversations people were having, you and I included. Mm-hmm. And he has turned it around enough to where I agree with you, not a lock yet, because it would be, I would not wish this on Cal, but like, there's a scenario where you get into your first game of the SEC tournament.
Do you know what it is? I'll tell you. If you don't know what it is, guess who they play first. This is why I can't say lock.
I looked at it earlier. I know this. There's a chance they could take a horrific, bad loss.
It's South Carolina on Wednesday. If Arkansas loses to South Carolina, I'm sorry. There's no way I can go that far. A lock is you can lose every single whatever, and I can't say that. I mean, if they lost that game, that's your Wednesday noon tip in Nashville.
That would be the most.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the St. Peter's, the Jack Golke.
You're not wrong. It is absolutely right in that genre.
You can't do that. You cannot. I would not wish that on John. That's miserable.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
That's miserable. To fight all the way back to where, hey, we got it. And you're talking about the coffins and they didn't get the nails. And then you back it up with a loss to South Carolina that bumps you on the wrong side of the bubble.
Yeah. Got to win that game. They win. They will play Ole Miss as the 8. Let's deal with that when it gets there to be closer. Right. Move on down the line. Oklahoma wins 76-72 against Texas. Gets to 19-12. That's a 6 quad 1 win for the Sooners. They're between 35 and 50 in all the team sheet metrics. The conference record isn't good, but you know what it is, 6 wins, and this is the SEC, and that's where we're at. Porter Moser had a great week. They win at home by double digits over Missouri, and then they follow that up, go against the rival. They split with Texas in the process. GP, in or out, Oklahoma right now for you?
I'd say in.
I think I'd agree.
But I hate it when people do that, what we just did, because I think you need to put down pen to paper before you're just shouting in and out.
That's not as fun. Let's just start shouting. You know what, though? You bring up a good point. People don't realize, and they do not talk about the fact that you have to put 68 teams into this tournament.
That's right. But I see people on TV all the time, and they're just like, I think this team's in. I'm like, this team, and there's no way they've actually put down pen to paper and have actually made a cut line and all of that stuff. And I think
I'm putting down
say things like, yeah.
I'm putting down pen to paper right now, by the way. I'm doing this. Pen, here's my pen. Here's my CBS logoed. Here we go. Pen to paper. I'm doing it.
Okay. I don't have a pen. I'll just use my notes app.
Doesn't hit the same.
Your phone.
I rarely use the Notes app, and that just does not hit the same.
I know. I was talking to somebody, and they were like, "Well, let me look at. I got it down in my Notes app," and I was like, "Okay." And they pulled up their Notes app, like here's what my Notes app looks like.
This is
There's nothing on it.
It's a white screen.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay? But this person had like a book of notes, and they were like, "Yeah, I just put down thoughts every day, all day long. My whole life's in my Notes app." And I couldn't tell whether I'm crazy or they're crazy. Which one do you think it is?
Column A, column B. What do you want from me?
Yeah,
we both got Oklahoma in the field right now. Indiana, nada. Get it ready. Indiana is 5-2 in its last 7. Comes back from down 10 with 12 minutes to go against Ohio State at home. Ends the game on a 30-14 run overall. Was 15-4 in the final 5 minutes, and specifically over Ohio State, which did not make a field goal in the final 5 and change. Had 4 turnovers. And Indiana won this game by making 23, 24 free throws and only 19 field goals. A very weird way to win the game. They won it nonetheless. Game was on CBS. What did Mike Woodson have to say on the floor afterward after getting this win? Nana, can you play that for our list?
Mike Woodson, you're one of the best players ever at Indiana. Great coach. Can you try to sum up your feelings right now?
Maybe I'm leaving too soon. I don't know. This brings back old memories.
Bring it back. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, please bring him back. It'd be so much fun. Bring him back. Give him one more chance. Can't you give him one more chance?
That was something right there on the floor. Maybe I'm leaving too soon. I don't know. He wants to say it. He wants to say it. I don't have the Leo. I'm not leaving. I should have had it on the board. I'm not effing leaving. Oh, man. Good on him. Good on Indiana fans. In all seriousness, you got to be living, even if like that for about 5 minutes had you a little shook, like, wait a second, this isn't going to happen, right? You know you're getting a new coach, and you're looking good heading to the NCAA tournament. Now, I can't go lock status. Indiana plays Oregon in the 8-9 game in the Big Ten tournament. Now, that's a quality opponent. With a loss, just allow for the bid thievery. We don't really know. Let's just keep an open mind on that. Indiana right now is 52 in the net. Its average metric rating is 41 for resume. It's 50 in predictive. It's 9-12. See, when I get to like 3, 4, 5 games under 500 in Q1 and 2 combined, I got to pump the brakes just a little bit. So Indiana, you're doing well for yourself. An Oregon win, there will be no doubt. But a nice win for you over the weekend. I got a few more here, but you got any thoughts on the Hoosiers?
Be hilarious. They hire a new coach, miss the NCAA tournament next season, and we can sit here and be like, they had a guy who went to 3 NCAA tournaments in 4 years, including last season, and they just told him they didn't want him anymore. So, those are always fun.
I don't wish that for Indiana, but as you bring this up, it's entirely within the realm of possibility that exact thing happens. Unless it's Ben McCollum. You hire Ben McCollum, he's going to win the conference.
Then you're winning third. Then you're winning the Big Ten. It's over for Tom Izzo. I'm glad Tom got his 11th this year. You bring in Ben McCollum, it's over with. Ben McCollum going to run. It took Tom Izzo decades to win 11 Big Ten titles. Ben McCollum going to do it in 11 years.
4 more bubble winners before we get to the negative side of it. Xavier has won 7 in a row. It has gone from 14-10 to 21-10. It's a 5 seed in the Big East. I will be there on Thursday when it faces slumping Marquette in the Big East quarters. It is a win and in situation as far as I'm concerned. Average resume metrics right now at 48.7. You need that to be better. It's 9-10 in quad 1 and quad 2. There isn't a bad loss on the schedule. Fascinating deal here with Xavier. Certainly like a vintage, right on the cut line, dancing on the bubble. Either or, how you looking at it depends. And then 3 more here. San Diego State beat Nevada to get to 21-8. It faces another bubble winner, although this is distant stuff here. Colorado State's got to win more. However, Colorado State beat Boise State on Friday night, is the Mountain West 2 seed. CSU is 22-9. It will play San Diego State on Thursday in the Mountain West tournament. So that is an intriguing head-to-head game there. Colorado State needs to probably make the Mountain West tournament championship game. Then we got to stop and evaluate. I think, I don't know. They got an intriguing resume overall. They got the win. And then in the realm of Drake here, UC San Diego is 28-4. Has a win at Utah State. It won the outright Big West championship over the weekend there. If UC San Diego gets to the title game of the Big West and loses, we can have a conversation. That record's gaudy. They are like a top 35 Ken Pom team. Another awesome mid-major. Those are your bubble winners. Any thoughts on any of those four before we go to the other end of it?
As long as we're putting 68 teams in this, I would love to put teams that have win totals like that San Diego team, but I'm not optimistic that they're going to be able to get there if they don't get the automatic bid. Right now, they lose before Selection Sunday. Can you get them into the bracket? I don't know that you can.
They have 1 quad 3 loss, 0 quad 4 losses. They are 3-3 combined Q1, Q2. It will be tough for them to get in. They would actually, I have this. Hold on, let me give you this note here. So they would they would set a record here. Let me just check real quick, Parrish, because that win total, I'm not saying this won't prove not to be the case, but UC San Diego, so they have 26 D1 wins. Because remember, like, they're 28-4. Good on you, but the committee will not look at the 2 non-D1 wins. It's just, so for the committee purposes right now, they're 26-4. And the record for most wins not to make it the NCAA tournament is 28. Coastal Carolina did it twice. St. Mary's did it 7 years ago. UNC Greensboro did it in 2019. I remember that year well, actually. And then Indiana State also did it as well with 28 wins. So UC San Diego, if it doesn't get the auto bid, could set the record for most wins without getting in. Not the fewest losses. That's Utah State with 3 back in like 2002, one of the all-time snubs. But yeah, good point. Good to keep it in mind there. They are definitely good enough to do damage. Eric Olin is their coach. They've got a dude who leads the nation in steals. I want to see him in the tournament because they could really be a feisty out in the first round immediately.